Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Michael back with another video, and this time around we are going to finally be previewing the TCU Horned Frogs visiting the Oklahoma Sooners, a game that I have waited so long for, ever since last year's heartbreaking loss to Oklahoma after going up 21-7, then going down 49-24, then 49-45 or 46, and then losing 52-46. It was a heartbreaker. Last year was just a heartbreaker, and it was just no defense the whole game. So TCU just played good for 2 quarters, the first and the fourth, and then Oklahoma kind of, I wouldn't say no defense, but Oklahoma stopped Kenny Hill and TCU in the second and third quarters. So this time around we're going to be previewing 2 very much different teams. Lincoln Riley is in his first year as head coach. He's, of course, not shy of the big game, the big spotlight. He's a really good coordinator, really good coach. So let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. This past weekend, TCU got a victory over Texas. Really good defense. Beat Tom Herman, sent him on his way. Did good. Defense did amazing. Only allowed 9 total rushing yards. And, man, it was a good performance by the defense again, which we're going to have to show back up again this weekend. Oklahoma, on the other hand, of course, we all know what Baker Mayfield did. Almost 600 yards passing, 5 touchdown passes, beating the Oklahoma State Cowboys 62-52 in a game that defense was basically, I guess, off limits. Still a fun game to watch nonetheless. But, I saw some things from Oklahoma offensively that I actually hadn't seen. Some trick plays. They were actually able to run the ball better than I thought they would. But then again, it's Oklahoma State's defense. But still, I mean, Oklahoma has a 4-headed monster back there. Really, I would say 3-headed, but Baker Mayfield is obviously a threat running the football as well. So I'm going to go ahead and name it a 4-headed monster back there. Let's go ahead and jump into the preview, guys. Baker Mayfield comes into this matchup as the front runner for the Heisman. I hate Baker Mayfield. I hate Oklahoma. This is the rival game, but I'm also a realistic college football fan. Baker Mayfield is the best college football player in America right now. I mean, it would be ignorant for me not to admit that, or for me not to even put him in that conversation. He is the best player, and if I was voting, he's my Heisman right now. So TCU's definitely got their work cut out for them. But the key for this game is getting after Baker Mayfield. Get after him. I'm not sure if Gary Patterson is going to want to bring in blitz packages, whether if it's from Ranthony Tejada in his games, Ridwan Issahaku, Traven Howard, or whatever the case may be. But he's also got to be aware of these running backs that love to come out of the backfield and catch those passes, because he might think the running back might want to stay there and block, but he might even just run by the blitzing linebacker or safety, and Baker Mayfield is going to get it off in time and catch the pass, maybe even get some big yardage. So we got to be aware of that. Defensively for Oklahoma, I believe they're going to miss their, can't remember if he's a corner or safety, Will Johnson, I believe, for the first half. So I guess that's a plus for TCU. TCU has to really get on the ball offensively. The past 2 games have been, by TCU standards, horrible. Gary Patterson standards, horrible. We need to be putting up more points. We need to be getting more third down conversions and facing less third downs, as a matter of fact. Running the ball needs to be a good strategy for this game, because we all know Oklahoma doesn't play defense. But coming for the big game, I know Oklahoma is going to come ready. I know they're going to come ready, just like they came ready for an Ohio State team that I don't really think is coming into the year. I didn't think they were college football playoff contenders, to be honest with you, because, of course, it's Ohio State. They're going to be ranked. The America's going to love them. It's national brand. It's Urban Meyer, JT Barrett, whatever the case may be. I didn't really think they were for real, and they're proving my case right now. Weak schedule. They lose to Oklahoma. They lose to Iowa. So those are really their only meaningful games other than Penn State. And they also got a big game against Michigan State that I hope they lose, because it's going to help TCU or Oklahoma in the playoff race. And TCU offensively, we're going to be getting Patrick Morris back. I hope. I haven't heard anything from Gary Patterson or anything saying we're going to get him back. But if we do, it's going to be a huge plus for this TCU team. We're going to be stronger up front in the pass protection and in the run protection. Running game, Austin Schlottman's going to move back to right guard. He's going to be able to pull, stunt, do whatever the things he has to do because he's athletic and fast. He's a fast guard, so he's going to be able to do those things. Kenny Hill needs to be accurate in this game. Oklahoma is suspect to the deep ball, and whether if it's Kavontae Turpin, Jalen Austin, John Diaz, or Desmond White, he needs to be accurate. He needs to be on the money for this game. People have said that Kenny Hill can't show up for the big game. Kenny Hill needs to pass for like 250 to 300 yards. He doesn't need 400 yards because we have a running game. We have a three-headed monster along with Kenny Hill who can run the ball as well. We have that in our back pocket. So we don't need to be throwing 45 passes in this game. We only need to be throwing 30 to 35, run the ball about 30 times, maybe even more. Because on the road, you got to run the ball and defense travels. And I trust my defense. It's only in the size that concerns me, which is Mark Andrews and CeeDee Lamb. Those guys have size, and CeeDee Lamb is a better go-up-and-get-it catcher than Mark Andrews is. So whether if it's I figure Jeff Gladney, our 6-foot corner, is going to be covering CeeDee Lamb while Anthony Tejada is on Marquez Brown. And then in his games, Ty Summers or Ridwan Issahaku is definitely going to be covering Mark Andrews. He's going to be in the slot or the outside. They're going to want to give him screens. They're going to want to give him wheel routes, posts, whatever the case may be. He is a threat. But other than Baker Mayfield, I believe Mark Andrews is the guy that makes his Oklahoma offense go. So I believe he is public enemy number one. Shut him down and make Baker Mayfield go through his progressions, and the defensive line is gonna have to get after it. They're gonna have to get after it. I trust the run defense. Oklahoma's gonna get I'm predicting 60 or 70 yards rushing in this game. Okay, wait, hold on. With Baker Mayfield, maybe 100, 110. But still, that draw that Baker Mayfield loves to do, it killed us last year. So we need to be better prepared, better aware of the plays. I know that they love to bring tight ends, running backs in motion, and TCU also has to be aware of the trick plays. Trey Sermon can come in on the motion, and Baker Mayfield can hand it off, and then Trey Sermon can throw a deep ball to Marquez Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, whatever the case may be. So we got to be aware of that. Defensively, I'm expecting us to have a great game. Because defense travels, and we're number one in the country in rushing defense, and we're number 6 in total defense. Oklahoma is going to get their points. They're going to get their plays. Nothing's perfect. But if we keep Oklahoma under 30 points, I trust that we are going to win this game. And I'm expecting us to win this game because I am ready for this game. I can't wait for it to start. I can't wait for it to happen. I've waited for this game ever since last year. This is the rival game. I've been waiting. And Kenny Hill went into Stillwater and had a great game. One mistake, an interception, and he needs to go into Norman where the crowd is going to be loud. I believe Stillwater is louder than what's going to happen in Norman. And I trust Gary Patterson over Lincoln Riley. I'm sorry. Defense travels. Defense wins championships. And that's what's going to happen on Saturday, November 11th. I'm expecting a great, epic Big 12 matchup. Baker Mayfield's probably going to pass for 350 to 450 passing yards. Again, that's why I think because TCU's going to shut down the run game. Baker Mayfield is going to go to his strength and pass the ball. He is probably the best deep ball accurate quarterback in college. So the deep ball concerns me. I do believe that they're going to get their deep balls, but we have to limit them to 2 or 3 in this game. TCU, they need to be aware. The defense has to be great. I believe Gary Patterson is just getting onto them as we speak right now in practice. This whole week, everybody's going to be paying attention to detail. And getting Montrell Wilson back at linebacker, who's an athletic linebacker, is going to be a strength for us. Because if Ty Summers struggles in coverage, we can bring Montrell Wilson in. who can guard a slot receiver, a running back, who's fast. Ty Summers needs to be in the game, of course, for the run. He's great against the run, and we need to be fully aware on defense. I'm expecting defense to allow 450 total yards and force 2 turnovers. I believe a fumble and an interception is going to happen in this game. Whichever way it happens, it's either going to be Ty Summers, Nick Orr, or Jeff Gladney. I believe it's going to be one of those 3 that gets the interception, and I believe it's going to be the D-line that forces a fumble, whether they get to Baker Mayfield and strip sack him, or they Ben Bandigoot, Matt Bosa, and punches that ball out of a running back's hands. That's where I believe this game is going to go. So let's go ahead and jump into my predictions. I believe TCU is going to win this game 35-31. I believe 35-31 is a great score. TCU is going to win this game. I don't want to be kicking field goals. I really don't. I want to get in the end zone. It's either going to be 35-31 or 38-31. I do want to go, oh, man. You know what? Scratch that. I trust Gary Patterson. I trust this team. This is an older team, and they're going to be ready for this game. So give me TCU 41-31. Oklahoma doesn't play defense, but I do believe that they're going to show up. I believe in the first half that TCU is going to have great success. In the second half, the Oklahoma defense is going to settle down a little bit, and they're going to stop TCU quite a bit. But in the fourth quarter, that's when running the ball is going to take place. That's when we're going to get on them, and we're going to score some points, kill the clock. And clock management, TCU needs to be in the 30s in clock management. They have to win this game. They have to keep Baker Mayfield off the field and limit his opportunities. So TCU 41-31. We're finally going to get national recognition for beating a Heisman candidate and going on the road and beating the almighty national love Oklahoma. Player of the game, I believe, is going to be Darius Anderson. He's going to have 20 carries for about 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I believe the offensive line is just going to be getting on that Oklahoma defense, and Austin Slotman's going to get onto a linebacker, which frees Darius Anderson. Kenny Hill's going to have a great game. I do believe Kenny Hill might throw an interception. If he doesn't, then he's going to be turnover free. But I am expecting 1 interception. The defense, come ready defense. That's really it for this game, for this video, guys. I can't wait for this game. I'm going to be hyped. I'm going to be loud in my living room, and I'm just going to be yelling at the TV all night. Because I know Baker Mayfield's going to get his, but I also know defense is going to show up. So let's just hope for the best, guys, and let's just keep things going, guys. Keep things going, keep things rolling, and let's keep the momentum going. One win at a time, 1 week at a time. It's a 4-game season. Go Frogs, guys. Let's get it.